Hello, my name's Emily. I'm the Development Officer working on the Farming and Protected Landscapes programme here in the Forest of Bowland National Landscape. Today we're at Wood Ends Farm in Dunsop Bridge and we're joined here by Janet, and today we're going to find out how the Fipple funding has supported your farming business. Firstly, Janet, thank you so much for having us. It's very exciting to be here. Do you want to start by telling us a bit about your farming business and who you farm with? That'd be a good place to start.
Yes. Hello, I'm Janet, as Emily's just introduced me. I farm here at Wood End with my parents and my husband Andrew and my son Tom and sister Alison, who has an alpaca walking business on the farm, and she helps with the school visits. We were very fortunate to get onto the Fipple project very early on in its first year. It's been running for 4 years, and we've had some amazing help with the school visits and the regenerative farming, which is our new approach to working with the land and working with the animals and improving our soil health, because I'd been learning a lot about that. And so we're up here now with the belted Galloways, which we've only recently got this year to try and improve the rushy areas on our farm and outwinter some cattle, which is the first time we've ever done that, because the breeds of cattle that we traditionally have had aren't suitable for the outdoors all year round. So this is why we're up here today. And so we're looking at the grass. We've been growing this grass since August with nothing on it, and then we brought the cattle onto it just into December, and we've been moving them across in paddocks. They're on each paddock for a week. We have some bales positioned in the paddocks to roll out for them as additional feed, because we're only at the beginning of our regenerative journey, and so this grass isn't ideally as long as we would like it, but that takes quite a few years to establish. So this is our first attempt at outwintering cattle, which is very exciting. So you can see the electric fencing that's round here, and we had help from the Fipple project with the electric fencing that we've had, because we bought a lot of that. We've also had help with water infrastructure, because as soon as you start making areas a lot smaller so you can graze them and manage them properly, you need the water infrastructure. So we've had help with a header tank and different things that we need, the fencing as well. And we also initially had a feasibility study and soil sampling done to see where we were with our soils, and then we can monitor the improvement with the soil health, which is really exciting.
If we take it right back to the start of when the Fipple programme first started, do you want to tell us a bit about how your journey started in regenerative agriculture?
Yeah, so I'd already found a real interest and passion for soil health, and I'd read about the rotational grazing, where you move the animals and then rest the land, but I had no idea where to start. It was just so I just had no idea. So the Pasture for Life connected with the Fipple project, didn't they? And I saw an email out offering a place if you wanted to be a mentee or a mentor to do with the regenerative style of management. And I think I was the first person to ring up about that, actually. I was straight on it. I thought, yeah, that is exactly what we need. We need a mentor. And we have a fabulous mentor through the Pasture for Life project. And we have so many hours with him, and he helped us so much in the beginning, and he's there for support. He's been there for support all the way through, which just a phone call, it's just a bit of reassurance. It's fantastic. And also there's a lot of meetings with the Pasture for Life, so a lot of people doing this work, so you're with like-minded people and you learn so much from that, and so many interesting meetings and things that we've been to. So that has been amazing.
Really helpful.
To do. Yeah, really helpful through the project. And then we had a feasibility study as to where we were at. We had soil sampling done, so we had funding for that as well, and then with the electric fencing that we needed to sort of subdivide the fields that we have.
So in terms of the infrastructure that you've needed to break your fields into smaller paddocks, how's the Fipple funding helped you?
Well, the Fipple funding's helped with the soil sampling, the electric fencing, which was far better than the packages that you could get on other stewardship on other schemes, because it was, you could get what you needed. It was more tailored, which was great for what we needed. So there were solar panels, the fencing, the header tank that we've just recently got, so we can capture the spring water and feed all the different paddocks that you create by doing this type of grazing.
Has that been a challenge, getting set up in terms of your water? And
it has, but because we've only just got the water bowser, earlier on in the project we actually got 3 water bowsers with the Fipple through the Fipple funding, which have been really helpful. But even going forward, we'll still use those because we won't be able to get water to everywhere. So they're really helpful as well. Yeah. And then also we wanted to incorporate some herbal layers into our grazing, and we got funding towards a machine that's called a guttler, which is a min tillage machine to either put clovers and grasses into our existing swards or put the herbal layers in and try those. So it's been really helpful throughout the grazing.
It's certainly evolved over time, hasn't it, from the start?
Absolutely, and it is really exciting to see, and going forward it's going to be so exciting to see how the soils improve and how the grasses improve by moving stock on and resting the areas. So rather than traditionally we'd have been set stocked, as are a lot of farms, and it's what we've done for years. And in that sense, your animals are all over the farm at any one time, and they're nibbling away at the grass all the time. And the really important thing is the rest. In the growing period, that's what's really important. And so by moving the stock, it's So potentially we'll be growing grass this long for the cows, but it does take time.
Doesn't it? What are some of the challenges or setbacks, barriers that you've found?
Well, we have found that sheep, once you start moving the animals on a daily basis, they kind of anticipate that move and they expect that move. So if they hear a quad bike, they can decide, there's a wall there and we might just jump over that wall and move to the next field. So actually we've learned that a wall doesn't tend to be a boundary for the sheep. The sheep are quite hard work because you've got to put them behind 3 if not 4 wires. Your cattle, it's 1 wire, they're so much easier. And also we've had to fence in where the stone walls are because we have ended up with wall gaps that we've had to put up. So it isn't all straightforward, but then nothing is in life, and I don't think if you just make a move, if you don't make a change, you don't progress and move forward. So that was one challenge. I think in an ideal world you would maybe want to get the water infrastructure beforehand, but I'm too impatient. That my husband assures me I'm very impatient, and it is hard work sometimes getting water to the animals when you've made
getting started, isn't it?
Yeah. Another challenge is possibly family, because Dad's farmed here all his life and he's done a good job, and I'm not knocking that, but there's different ways to do things. Farmers were led to sort of more to produce more and put fertiliser on the land, and it isn't the best thing for the ground, and we're learning that now. So I think change is necessary, and is watching and is observing and learning from it. And I think we can all learn. You're never too old to learn, and so that's where we are with that.
Well, thank you so much, Janet,
You're
for
welcome.
showing me around today. It's been really interesting to look around. And thank you.
You're welcome.